Hello students, today in this video we are going to do very special poem. But before starting that, let me talk to you for a while. Every child feels that he or she is controlled and instructed not to do one thing or another. You too may feel that your freedom is curtailed. Our parents teach us good manners and habits, and our parents always want to mend our habits. So today we are going to read a poem which is written by Robin Klein, who was an Australian author. The poem revolves around a teenager girl who is repeatedly asked to check her do's and don'ts. The poetess sheds light on how a child is always monitored and questioned about her actions by her parents. So in the poem Amanda, the poet depicts that the girl child is constantly being pointed out by her mother as she is very lazy. In our last videos, we have read a very interesting poem, the ball poem. In that poem, the poet has portrayed a child who is very sad and upset after losing his ball. Here also in this poem Amanda, we will come to a conclusion after reading a poem that this poem also talks on almost the same issue, where a lesson has been given that a child should become responsible and should learn to tackle life problems. Before starting the poem, let's talk about the poet. The poetess, I would say, so poetess is Robin Klein McMoglin. This is her full name. She was basically an Australian author. She usually writes children books. Her two famous works are here, Hating Alison Ashley, and second one is People Might Hear You. And she was born in Campsie, New South Wales in 1936. As I told you, in her poem Amanda, she has expressed the views of a little girl Amanda, who is constantly pointed out by her mother basically for making mistakes. And those mistakes she considered that they are not the part of the good conduct laid out by the society in which we live. One very positive thing here in this poem, that this poem is not only giving the message to the children, but it is giving a very important message to the parents also. So parents always want the best for their children, but children should also get freedom and space to express themselves to their for their desires and the views. Excessive naggings make them defiant, and they turn a deaf ear to the instructions of the elders. They develop a kind of dislike for real life and start escaping into the world of dreams and imagination. Let's know about the setting of the poem. This poem is having four different settings, I would say. The first setting is that of the real world, in which Amanda's mother is forever trying to alter her posture or her habits or her behavior. The other three settings are of different three words where Amanda wants to escape. These are the realms to which she wants to escape always, and she is tired of listening to her mother, finding faults in her. So one of these settings is that of a sea, where she imagines herself to be a mermaid. The second setting of the poem is a street, where she imagines herself an orphan. And the third setting of the poem is a tower, where Amanda imagines herself to be a princess Rapunzel. These three settings form a contrast to the real world in which Amanda and her mother live. Let's know about the style of the poem. The poem contains 7 stanzas, and the first, third and the fifth stanza are spoken by an authoritative person in Amanda's life. Moreover, that authoritative person is her mother. Probably she is the mother. And the second, fourth and sixth stanzas are spoken by Amanda herself. The entire poem consists of 7 stanzas, and that is having 25 lines. Each of the stanza which are spoken by her mother follow the rhyming scheme as A, B, A, and where the last word of the first, second and the fourth lines are the same. On the other hand, the stanza spoken by Amanda consists of 3 rhyming lines, and those lines are written in. Let's read the poem. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea, where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you clean your shoes, Amanda. I am an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Don't eat the chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? I am Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life in Tar is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. So this is very interesting poem. The explanation part with the poetic devices we will do in our next part of the video. Thank you very much. Till then, read the poem and enjoy.